Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another Couch Surfers vlog thing stuff.
We talk about the game. Hello.
Yes. Yes, we were playing Stranger Things 3 on my channel on Monday. If you haven't gone to see it, go see it. Link down is below.
We should probably figure out how to do the thing with the link up there as well. The bunk.
Yeah, no, they're getting rid of the iCard.
Are they?
They are.
Just probably don't bother figuring it out then.
No. I know how to do it. Okay. Anyway, yes, so go check that out. Links are always below. Schedule Mondays on my channel, on Twitch in the evening.
That's two things.
Two things, yes. So the video on my channel and during the day, then at night we play the game if the game's not shit. But we normally will stream on Monday night. Either way, just depends on what the game is.
Yep.
Yeah, and Wednesdays, where you are right now, hopefully it's a Wednesday. If it's not a Wednesday, come back on Wednesday next week. There'll be a new one up.
Yeah.
So, yes. But yes, thank you to everybody that did watch us play on Monday night. Hopefully you enjoyed it as much as we are going to.
Yeah, well, this is recorded a little bit in advance of that, so...
Yes, normally it's recorded like...
A few days before,
or like the day of it's meant to be going up. So we've usually either we've already played it, but we haven't this time. But yeah, we've enjoyed it so far.
Yeah, we definitely enjoyed it during the Couch Surfers thing.
Yes.
So, I mean, it's pretty safe to say that we're going to enjoy it more when we play it on Monday.
Definitely are going to, or when we played it on Monday.
Whatever. Time travel's confusing.
It is. So this is Stranger Things 3. It is done by BonusXP, Next Games, Voyage, and Netflix. Why is that so hard to say?
I don't know, but I will point out that Bonus XP made the original Stranger Things game on mobile, and I don't know if that's on computer. So if you've played that, you'll probably notice a bit of similarities.
Okay, that's good to know. I personally haven't played. I've barely seen the first season, as I mentioned in the actual Couch Surfers. Go back to see that if you want to know the whole story. That's the whole story. I think this is what multiplayer, like 2-player.
It looks like it's drop-in multiplayer.
Yeah, so it's pretty good. It's an action adventure game.
Oh, fun.
And it's on Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, Android, Xbox One, Microsoft Windows, iOS, and classic Mac OS. And it was released on the 4th of July in 2019. So this game's been out for just over a year now.
Probably would have came out about the same time Stranger Things 3 came out. That makes a lot of sense.
Would definitely make sense.
Season 3 anyway, sorry.
Yeah. So I guess we'll get straight into the gameplay. What do you think about it?
I played the first Stranger Things game, and I went in expecting something similar, and I got something similar, so I quite enjoyed it.
It's good.
It seems to be very in-depth, like when we were playing it, the first thing when I opened up the workbench, you see all the crafting and all the quest and the RPG elements. I'm like, this is awesome. So I'm definitely down for that. The game plays really well. I got right into it. It's just like I won't say simple, but that seems to be the word that fits the best. But I'll say it, but sort of fill in whatever word you want. It's a simple RPG.
It's you know what to do straight off.
Yeah,
there's no sort of secrets being hidden. It's go do this, go do that, and shit's gonna happen.
Yeah, it seems to be that the progression in the game, rather than like a normal RPG where you level up, gain more skills, and all that kind of stuff, it seems to just be you gain more characters as you go. Which you can switch on the fly, which is pretty fun. I think that adds a different element to the gameplay than a normal RPG. Like it's simple. Like the first time you see an event that says you need to be tiny in blue text to get through here, it's like, oh, that'll probably be you get Will, and when you unlock Will, you'll walk through that. Oh, you'll crawl through that.
That's if you know who Will is in the series. I personally do not remember.
Will was the one who gets trapped in the Upside Down.
Oh, that's why I don't know, because I've barely seen any
first season.
I've seen like half the first season.
Okay, he's the one who isn't in the first season because he got kidnapped.
Okay,
He got stuck.
Spoilers, by the way.
If you haven't seen Stranger Things Season 1 by now, it's too late. Season 3 was over a year ago as well. Go watch it. This seems to, like, the first game seemed to be based on sort of I think it was Stranger Things Season 1, and this is obviously on Stranger Things Season 3. I would actually recommend playing the first one. The first one's actually a lot of fun on mobile. I played quite a bit of that. One of the few mobile games I've actually enjoyed. But this one's also, it plays really nicely. I'm actually tempted to get it on mobile to see how it plays, but if it plays anything like the first one, I would probably recommend it as well.
Yeah, no, see, I really like the gameplay. It's very smooth. It's in depth immediately. Like you, as I said, you know what you're doing. You've got no confusion on where you're meant to be, how you're meant to do stuff. You're told exactly what needs to be done, exactly how to do it, without being told how to do it. There's still that little, you got to find things and everything like that, but you know that there's something to find. You're gonna go find it.
Yeah, it's pretty simple, and it works really well. So I'm definitely a fan of it.
Yeah.
It's fun to play.
It really is. There's not really much else to say about the gameplay.
It's a traditional, like almost like hack and slash RPG.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's it. If you played a good hack and slash RPG, this pretty much it mirrors that. It's got a little bit of puzzle game stuff in it, and yeah,
kill some baddies and find shit.
Yeah,
and that's it.
That's it.
So yeah, the graphics. I quite like it. It very much fits the theme of Stranger Things, as much as I've played of it. Because the Stranger Things, I believe, was based in the mid-80s? Early to mid-80s?
Yeah, so like pre-NES, or just as the NES came out kind of style.
Yeah.
Which the graphics sort of do look like NES-y type games.
Yeah. Very, very retro, very, not pixelated, but 8-bit sort of style.
Yeah, like I've sort of gone on about pixel art and how sometimes it works and I love it, and sometimes it doesn't work and I hate it, even though, there's not really any metric for it. I think this one works simply because of what you just said. It's a TV show set in the 80s, and you have an 80s sort of style, retro graphic style. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. If this was a TV show that was based in mid-90s, the pixel art would not work.
Or even if this was like, Future Cop 2050 and it had a pixel art game, you'd be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But because this is like, 1980s, it's period correct almost. And I quite like that.
And like if somebody brought this over to your place and it was on a cartridge and you threw it in an NES, you would think it was an NES game.
That'd be pretty sweet. I'd buy that on NES.
Yeah, I probably would too, even though I don't have an NES, but you've got one, so I'd just steal that.
I got like 6.
I was about to correct you, so I was saying you've probably got like 6 of them, so I'll just steal one of them. You wouldn't miss it.
The sound.
Sounds really good. It's very much... I found it very enticing. It sort of drew you into the world of Stranger Things. There was it sounded like the music from the series, from what I remember. Again, it's like a little bit 8-bit style music. So
once again, it does seem very period correct.
Yeah, and I think that was the whole thing that they're going for.
Yeah,
with the everything, which we'll talk about that soon. Yeah,
and I thought the sounds, like especially when you make contact with Mike's bat and stuff, I thought that was very impactful. I quite like that. Which I forgot to mention in the graphics, the actual people, like especially what's his name? The guy without the teeth. I already forgot his name. Dustin. I thought he looked exactly like Dustin in like 8-bit fashion, but Mike looked a bit derp. But
yeah,
who are you?
Lucas.
Fuck, my memory's so bad. This was literally, we played this 20 minutes ago.
Not even that,
like 10 minutes ago. And I've already forgotten the characters. I thought everyone besides Mike looked pretty good in comparison to their real world counterparts.
You did say Lucas did seem a little off though.
Yeah, like a little bit, but it's expected from like an 8-bit perspective.
That's
but like Mike was completely like, it looks like someone like put him in the iron too long.
Yeah,
and like squashed him a little bit.
He looked very flat.
But the rest were good, and the sound, as I was saying, sort of to go back to where we were. The sound design seemed pretty good. The music seemed pretty good. When you hit someone, it felt like you hit someone through the sound. I thought that was really good.
Yeah, and so, like one of the Lucas's special talents, I guess it is that you can use bombs, and the bombs hit, and it has that thud of a hit of a bomb.
Which is one thing we didn't talk about during the gameplay section, is like every character, being that it is an RPG, every character has their own unique ability. Like I mentioned it with Will, he seems to be, well, what I think Will will be, he'll be the one who probably can climb through things.
Lucas can do the bombing.
Lucas can do the bomb. Mike has like a taunt, which gives him defense up.
Yeah.
And Dustin has a little robot, which is like a timed bomb. And, you know, Dustin and
Lucas.
Dustin and Lucas both have ranged weapon where Mike has melee and Mike does more damage because he's melee, and it all just seems to work pretty well.
And the other thing is Dustin has hack, so he can actually hack into things because he puts on, well, he puts a lock on his room because he's doing
adult things.
Well, he does say secret projects, but
we all know what that means.
Secret projects.
Yeah. And I thought that part was actually pretty fun. Like we obviously haven't unlocked any more characters besides Dustin, Mike,
Lucas.
Lucas? Why do I keep thinking Kevin? Good lord. But
Lucas.
The hacking minigame, it's very simple, as you would expect from this kind of like 80s type game, but it works.
Yeah.
It's just a 3-button sequence, and one of the last Lost to Dead had 2 3-button sequences which you had to do in rapid succession. It's fine. I mean, it's not the best hacking game I've ever played, but it's definitely not the worst. So there's that.
But then again, as you said, time period correct or period correct sort of thing. You'd only have a couple of buttons to do that sort of thing with. So
yeah. So it's pretty good. I quite like it.
So I guess let's go to the theming.
The theming as the dogs bark in the background.
Yes, gotta love the dogs.
Yeah. So we've already spoken quite a bit about it. The game seems very period correct.
Yeah.
For an 80s styled TV show. I think it's based on the TV show pretty well from what I've seen so far. Like we only played half an hour of it, but it sort of seems to hit the first episode of season 3 of Stranger Things.
This is all you. I don't know anything about it. So
the first Stranger Things game seems to hit the first season of Stranger Things pretty well as well. So I think they've sort of continued on, being that it's made from the same developer. With that, and they've done a really good job the first time and with this time so far. I think it does very much convey that 80s style. It conveys the style of Stranger Things itself, which does have its own unique visual style. I think it really works. I think the game is done very well as a result of those, I won't say constraints, but those themes. They've sort of taken that and ran with it instead of most pixel art games, it's let's make a game with, and then at the end it's like, oh, we'll put pixel art as the art style. This one, it's let's make a game that looks like it was made in the 80s because that's when the show is made, and let's make it as good as possible.
Yeah.
So I think they've sort of reversed the constraints a little bit, and as a result, it seemed to just work a little bit better. I hope I'm explaining that right.
I think I get what you mean. It's like basically, as I said before, it's as if they threw this game onto an NES creatable thing to make it like an NES game, but they've then been able to digitize it, and it's now a game that anybody can play.
Yeah, I honestly think that pixel art is very hit and miss, but I think for this game, the 8-bit sound, the 8-bit art, and the simple gameplay, it all very much hits the theme of Stranger Things, which is 80s TV show, 80s game. It's great. Yeah,
and that's what I love. I couldn't say much more better than that, because it is. It's the pixel art works so well with the fact that it is an 80s game. I'm going to stop talking about this because I am literally just going to repeat everything Icarus has just said. So,
professional game reviewer, obviously.
Yeah. So let's just have you got anything else to say about the thing?
No. If you like the way Stranger Things sort of goes with the 80s theme, you'll probably like the theming of this game. Yeah,
cool. So, controller support.
It's good.
Cool.
So, to expand on that, like, a lot of games, the controls feel heavy, or, you push a button to hit someone, and it's like, you've pushed the button. And it's like a full second before you hit someone. This one's, you push the button, instant hit, you move, it's very fluid, very smooth. It all works very well. It's very well done. Once again, on the Android version of Stranger Things 1, I don't know if they actually released it on other platforms.
I'm not sure.
It was the same thing. Everything felt very good. We'll look it up now. I don't like it.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, Steam. Oh no, it's game 3.
Click that one. Yeah, it's just mobile, which I believe it was free. So I'd recommend if you haven't played it to download it. It's actually really good if you like Stranger Things. But yeah, they've done really well with the controller. It feels nice. It's a well done game engine. I don't know what game engine they use. They probably have their own one, or probably Unity. To be honest, I'm gonna have to investigate that a little bit, but it doesn't matter. It works. Yeah, it works really well.
It does. And there's no like, as I said, clunkiness. No like difficulty. The only difficulty I have is my fat fingers pressing the wrong freaking buttons. That was the only issue I had with the controls. Moving around really, really smooth, really easy. Turning is quick. Like, you'll be going one way, then you flick over to the other way, and you're over there instantly.
It feels like a traditional brawler. Like, they've taken the controls from a traditional brawler and made an RPG with it. And I think that works really well for this style of game.
Definitely.
That's it.
That's it. So, co-op adversarial experience for single player. This is difficult.
We usually sort of don't play the game single player before, or we don't play it at all before we do these episodes. So as a result, we don't usually sort of test the single player experience.
Yeah, unless we've already played the game.
Yeah, but this is drop in, drop out multiplayer. So the second player can just drop in and leave whenever they want. So it could be the matter of, you're playing a game and your brother comes home from work. It's like, oh, can I join in for half an hour before dinner? Okay, cool. We'll just drop in and play, and then that's it. And that works really well. When the second player drops in, it just goes split screen. You both can go in your own directions. It's not like if you play Diablo on console where you have to share the same screen. You each have your own half of the screen.
Which, that is amazing. I was so happy when that happened because literally, we could go and do our own thing, go to explore our own areas.
Yeah.
And still we can come back like together and do stuff that we needed to together.
Yeah, so when we were exploring the mountaintop, I went in one direction, he went in the other, and that worked fine. It doesn't seem like they've increased the difficulty any for the second player, which means that you can actually do that with no detriments. The only thing is you miss out on is you can't both play as the same character. So I had Mike beating the crap out of people with a baseball bat, and you had a ranged character. That's obviously Lucas. And that's obviously not going to work as well because that was a support character. But then again, if you're playing single player, that's going to be the issue anyway. So I thought that was really good. And
but the thing is, you'll be able to switch between characters very quickly. That was a very quick change.
Yeah, it's just a single button, and half a second later, you're ready to go, even probably less. So it definitely works very well in that respect. And I think the single player would be just as good. I think if you're playing this on your own, I don't think you're missing out on anything. I think if you play it as two people, you're not missing out on anything either.
No, I think all round, either way, it would be perfect to play.
Yeah. So I guess that goes into whether we recommend it or not. So you can go first.
Oh, 100%. If you like the sort of, period correct gaming stuff, if you like Stranger Things, if you like 8-bit pixel art, old school NES, freaking all that sort of stuff, 100% go for it. It's a very, very good game. And I've got no faults except for maybe some of the art style. Or art in general when it doesn't look like the person. But that's really the only fault I've got. And that's nothing to do with the game at all. It
doesn't really matter at all.
It's just visual.
Yeah. Me personally, having played Stranger Things on Android, the first one, if you wanted to pick this up on the mobile and it worked as well as the original Stranger Things, I can say I'd recommend it. It's $8 on mobile. It's currently free on Xbox Game Pass. You have no excuse if you have Xbox Game Pass to not play this. It's really worth it. If you like sort of beat 'em up type RPGs, it's great. If you like traditional brawlers with like character select, I think that's also a pretty decent thing as well. I really can't see a reason if you're into those genres why you wouldn't like this game. Maybe the art might turn you off, but that's much of a muchness for me in this case.
Yeah, if the art turns you off, it's obviously, I guess it's not that sort of thing that you like.
Yeah, and that's fine. If you don't like pixel art, you don't like 8-bit music, then probably not going to be your thing. But
you're wrong.
No.
Yes, they're wrong.
Anyway, otherwise, it's an enjoyable time.
It is. It's very good. I want to play more now, but I know that we can't.
We can't, no.
No.
Anyway, we're done.
Alright, we are done. So thank you very much for watching. Just to reiterate, Mondays on my channel, we've got the Couch Surfers. On Monday night on Twitch, my Twitch, we'll be playing Stranger Things. And Wednesdays, as we are here on Wednesday, we'll be doing our vlog thing. I think we're just going to call that what we're going to call it now. Couch Surfers vlog thing.
Yeah, we'll change our thumbnails.
Yeah. Damn.
We don't. There's been a couple that we've missed of the vlog things, simply because we ran out of time after we played it or whatever. But generally speaking, we always have a vlog thing.
I think the one we did last week is just because it was so bad that there was no point reviewing it.
No, that was the other one.
Was it?
That was not the last week. That was the week before.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, yep.
Yeah. So yeah, all links are down below. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's it. Thank you very much. We'll see you next time.